Welcome to Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus. As you know, the Washington Redskins season is over. It was not an impressive game that they played on Sunday. At the same time, you see the deficiencies that they have. We'll talk a little bit about that during the show, but at this show, we hope you're having a happy holiday season. We're going to talk a little bit about the alumni, the people that were here when this team was super. Bring a little cheer to this television show. We'll be back in a moment.
You okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps relieve some of the house buying stress.
At least you don't have to worry about homeowners insurance. Call Geico.
Geico helps with homeowners insurance?
Been doing it for years.
I'm calling Geico right now.
Good idea.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
You know, we definitely had a lot of injuries with the quarterback situation. Obviously, the offensive line fell apart, and we were bringing guys in, and they had 3 days of work on their belt, and they was in their plan. And then that guy went down, and the guy that had been played all year would step in and put in work as well. You know, but you know, guys continue to compete, and you didn't see anybody run away or shy away. The guys continue to fight. And that's what I love about this team, you know. And unfortunately, we weren't able to break 500. But you know, when I look back and just to see how the season played out, you know, with the injuries to the side, it's like, you know, we had opportunities it'll be a different storyline right now.
Welcome back to the show. And as you know, as the show goes on, you bring the stars on towards the end. We brought the star of the Washington Redskins here with us, President Bruce Allen, and I'll tell you what, he's the reason that we're here. He allowed us to be here. So we couldn't bring in one superstar without bringing in the other.
I drove him.
Oh, you drove? Oh, okay.
I drove Bruce here.
We couldn't bring him in without his chauffeur, but you know him as the DOC, Doc Walker. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, man, happy to be home.
You know,
wow.
This is such a great.
Wow.
You hear it? Happy to be here.
What?
Is this unreal?
And the same stage? Man, you must have broke the bank.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't tell you that.
Wow.
You know what?
That's at least 350
let's talk
right
about
there.
this.
Wow.
I drove him there.
You know, Bruce, when you came in, you made an emphasis to get the players closer and have us older players be more involved. And I look at this gathering tonight, this is just great. And you know, I thank you for that. But is this what you envisioned when you came in? Is this how you want the older players to kind of come together and be a part of it?
You know, Tony, we don't call you older players. We call you experienced. All right?
You haven't seen my birth certificate, have you?
And your experience, you guys have a lot of beautiful jewelry from your experience. And we do think that's great for our current players to understand. But it really started, you know, the owner of the Washington Redskins, Dan Snyder, was a fan of all of you, all the players that came before us. And when we talked about creating a homecoming, he said, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's get the guys together. And it's become a great celebration.
Oh, it really is. You know, you see guys you haven't seen, and then you compare how bad you look compared to them, but at the same time, you start to look at all the time, you start thinking about certain plays they were in, certain things. Like this guy here, I remember when I was in New England, I was a lineman, but they had me rushing the punter.
and I was just killing this little dude that they had over there. And I saw this babyface guy come in. And the thing that got me about him, I hit him hard. He was still smiling.
I had to stop him. They said, we got a problem over there. I said, I got it. Yeah, but no. This is so cool because there are guys like Bedford going into Hall of Fame that we weren't able to go to Canton, those of us. I mean, I know Gary was, but so I get a chance to say thank you to him. And guys my 72 team is my team. So whenever I see Roy Jefferson, Brig Owens, you know, I see Mike Bragg, those guys to me are the guys, because I was 12 when they came to the Super Bowl in Orange County. So I had them on my wall.
Right.
And now I see them, and I've known them. Charlie Taylor?
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
Dancing
Jerry Smith,
Bears here.
Dancing Bear. That's Pat Fisher.
Yeah, you're
Charlie
right.
Haraway. His old man.
Right.
Hey, man.
Don't forget about LB. Don't forget about Larry now.
That was Larry Brown,
Don't
43.
forget about Larry, man.
Dude, that was me. And they came to Santa Ana, California. Oh, man.
Well, you know, and we're not going to talk much football, but you like the progress of the team, where they're going now. And you look around the league and you see that now the league is so close that any week can be your week. What do you feel about how your players are progressing?
Well, what I do love about our team and taking back from all of these great players in here, we have a great camaraderie on our team. They believe in each other. They're appreciative of the coaching they're getting. They're following the message that the coaches are giving, and they're playing very hard. We've had several injuries. To overcome that tells you about the character of the team, and that's all you want. If you're going into a fist fight, I want to go with guys who want to fight. And I'll go into a bar fight with our guys.
Now I'm going to ask you to come clean. Did you ever see Rick Walker play on any of the teams? All I saw was him tears of water and stuff, but was he really a starter?
Doc, first of all, don't even go there.
He just set you up.
Does he not know the Redskins were the first team in NFL history to introduce the special teams on a Monday night football game? Right. He was a starter.
Let me tell you what. The only guy I have to talk about is Bobby Bedford. The guy was smart enough to make sure I was here. All I know is the man's in the Hall of Fame, right?
So he knew something. He knew something.
Absolutely. That's all I got. My claim to fame is Bobby Bedford.
I think in his speech he
Well,
said,
I
thanks
mean,
to Doc Walker,
I was
I'm
one
in
of the
the Hall
guys.
of Fame.
You know what I mean?
You know
They
what?
got him in the Hall of Fame.
I was in the league before they got one thing. You weren't the first just with the special team. Your father was the first to start all-day practices. You did it on a Tuesday, and you ate your lunch there, because when I came in the league, you went to practice at 11, you were back on the street at 1.
What?
Yes. And then his father bought in the all-day thing, and now it's going into where we are now. He started bringing it. We heard I was in Chicago, and we heard about he began that.
Yeah, well, the idea was there's meeting time you can have, because my father always wanted smart football players. He wanted good people, but smart football players. And he thought a meeting could be as effective as a practice. So he kept them a long time.
Yeah,
He invented walkthroughs.
The walkthroughs, yeah.
Guys, we're having a lot of fun, but we're going to have to take a little break right now. We'll be right back.
Hey, Ryan, when you look at this season and you assess the season, what would be the things that you point your finger at what went wrong?
It's the lack of consistency. I mean, we gotta find a way to string together good performances week in and week out, and at times you saw that. We saw, like I just mentioned earlier, you have the first Dallas game, the first Giants game where we played really lights out defense, but then, those games, the next week we're playing, the second Giants game, the second Dallas game, and we're not, we don't have the same kind of output. So you got to figure out a way to consistently string together, good performances and good outings.
Coach Gruden said that he believes that you all have the personnel here still to be able to win. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I believe in this coaching staff. I believe in the personnel we have. We just got to find a way within ourselves to individually improve this offseason. Watch the tape, figure out, okay, where can I be better? How can I be better for the team, and how can I better myself for the team? And if we all can individually do that, then I believe in the personnel we have. I believe in the coaching staff we have.
Well, you guys want to talk.
What were some of the things that, when you look at your dad, that you could take from him that has made you the person that you are today?
Well, that's a great question. Competitiveness. He didn't care what field of work any of us kids went into. He said, but I want you to be like Deacon. I want you to be like Billy. I want you to be like the great players that you've gotten to see. And you will succeed in life if you compete and you work hard. And so that was his best message.
And you see so many similarities. And I joke about Rick, but if anyone have watched this show, we're going into our 34th year. And Rick was one of the first ones to come there, and I remember he worked the whole year with no pay, and we started having a great time with this. We bought on Gary Clark. He got mad at us and everything because we were talking bad about the team.
Well, he was a
but
star.
Rick, and just like I tell Bruce, thank you for letting us be. I appreciate what you did, man. And now that you're a superstar and you don't even allow me to call your house.
Y'all got so much money, he didn't need to be paid.
Is that what it was? Is that what it was? Well, he won't even take my calls now.
You know what?
He's on Fridays. He didn't today. I wasn't on. He's been on every Friday. Look, I do what Bruce did with this. I do it with my show. Everybody, if you put your hand in the dirt, you on. You in. If you all the beat reporters, you in the locker room, you on. It's wide open. Because I want people to interpret the game that are around the game, who cover the game, who played the game, who coached the game. I'm sick and tired of people making up things and getting away with it.
And you know what?
I'm changing
I
that.
like your show for that. And I've seen, and I'm not saying it because I've been on it, but that's what you need now. You need that honesty. You need people to come in and say, this is this is that, and not sugarcoat it.
And you need people to know what they're talking about.
But when we talk about receivers, people go, what about the Western receiver? You were on. We're talking about when Ryan Kerrigan and Preston Smith, those two guys were going, he talked about it. Kendrick Golson talks about our two inside guys. So I'm giving the people, I didn't put my hand in the dirt that way. They did. And they know what's going on. It ain't about me. It's about the listener and the viewer.
Yeah.
So you provide the best. Bruce told me, I went to Bruce's office at the beginning of the season. Hey, can I get you? He said, once a year. I tried to get him 2 times, right? Can I get Smitty? He said, nope. Can I get Doug? Yep. I went, didn't I? Eric Schaefer, can I get one from up? Yeah. Because I want people to hear what they're doing. People don't know. And now that they're talking about it, people feel closer to it. You know what I mean? It's easy to bash them if you don't know them. But when these guys become human, and they make mistakes, all of us do. But I think most of our listeners now know this organization is doing this.
Oh, definitely.
It's trending up.
Bruce, and Donna, you make a lot of mistakes, but it's okay.
That is not true.
Bruce, I want to ask you this.
Hey, Rick, that's not true, right?
Not at all.
On your team and your receivers, do you have anyone like a Jerry Clark that you could see the potential like that?
We have players that dream about being Gary Clark.
Okay.
And if we give them the opportunity, maybe they can be close to Gary Clark.
Jameson.
But that's
just back on the field.
But
Jameson?
that's what this is all about, Tony. We want our players to know our history. We want them to know the great players that have come before them, who wore their number, And all that's going to do is inspire them for greatness.
And you know, also you want us to remember each other too, and that's what this has done. I see the happiness out here. I see the guys happy. They want to come up and talk. We talk about the old times, but at the same time, how did Rick Walker make the team? I just gotta ask you that one more time.
I promised him I wouldn't take a shot at him this time.
Yeah, he has. You know why you being so
promised,
nice?
right?
No, he told me, Novena, it's hard, but I'm doing this for you.
Hey,
I'm doing this
you
for
know
you.
what this joke is? Every time I'm on interview, Rick say, yeah, your wife gave you all those points. You don't know nothing about it.
I don't remember saying anything like that.
People
I
be
would
on the
never do
street
that.
saying, did your wife really
I
do
would
this?
never do that, seriously.
Well, guys, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for this situation.
Thank you.
Doc, you know we always, I
Hey,
want to
man.
get you on later, man, because I look at this 34 years, you know, and I've been blessed. And I thank the Redskins for allowing me to do it. And I thank these people because every week they're here. And, you know, gatherings like this and being able to do it here, it means a lot to me. So I thank all of you. Thank you for being on the show.
You've been moved to Atlanta, and my dream is to have Donna next to me by myself so we can do this. And do it right, you know what I mean?
So you've
And
been dreaming about Donna? Okay.
So you're
I
waving,
can't believe
Gary.
Wait a minute, your
You've been too hard on her. No, you've been dismissive. You have not been nice to her.
I see
And
nothing.
so, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't recognize
As old
that,
as he is, just a
he's
matter of
trying.
time.
He know I'm getting old. He tried to steal Donna from the show, but he left Gary out. I don't know if that worked, but we'll think about it during the break. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm at the swing joint telling people that Geico's been offering savings for over 75 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
Dozen wings.
And did you know that Geico offers motorcycle insurance? Oh, my lips are burning. No, my lips are actually burning.
Geico. Over 75 years of savings and service. See how much you could save at geico.com.
It's too hot. This is too hot, mate.
Hey, sports fans, two-time Super Bowl champion Gary Clark and Pacific Dental Services have joined up to bring Redskin fans a chance to win free NFL Legend experiences. Go to www.garyclarkinc.com/fans to register for a chance to win. Good luck.
It is through our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light again. I would love for you to pick up my book, Getting to the Other Side of Victory. If not for yourself, a loved one, or a friend, pick it up for someone that's going through a tough time. You can purchase it on both Amazon and Barnes & Noble in both paperback or ebook. For my autographed copy, go to my website at www.donnajhopkins.com and help someone get to the other side of victory.
Welcome back to the show, and as you have seen, we always have some great guests on here, and without further ado, we bring in on two of the greatest. One of them was one of the final hogs of the original Hogs, and his name was Rodney McKenzie, one of the greatest. And one thing he used to say about him, he sit down low, nobody can get by him. But then you bring in a guy that was so sweet, he gave a name with sweet in it. One of the best receivers that we ever had, talking about Roy Jefferson.
Sweet Pea.
Welcome to the show, Sweet Pea. How you doing, man?
My name is Roy Lee. They
Roy Lee.
used to call me Sweet Pea. Jefferson Jr. Straight out of Watson, Compton, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what, Roy? I played against you, so I know how good you were. I was only 8 or 9 years old. I was before my time. And tell me what you see in these receivers today. Tell me what you see in a guy like Gary Clark and compare him to yourself.
Well, I see a lot of people running patterns that aren't patterns or not running at all. You got primary receivers running patterns and the complementary guys not running.
And you talking about the guys of today.
Yeah.
Now, when you look back when G-Man was in here, he always ran the patterns, right?
Absolutely, and these guys, but all of those guys are really good. You know, Ricky, him, Art. I mean, you didn't know where the ball was going to go. They didn't know who to double team, and whenever they did double team them, they had these others that were wide open because they ran the pattern.
They were that good.
You know?
So now we hear that with the wide receiver. You tell me about the offensive lineman. Now I know about you how you end up even playing tackle at the last part of your season and did a great job with it. Tell me about the offensive lineman today, compare him to yourself. I know it's hard to talk about yourself, but we've already established you was a great one. So let's go from there. And we also established that you're not your brother. Your twin brother. They had me going with that.
Well, I mean, today and yesterday, back in the day, was a little different because, you know, it's more run-oriented.
Yes.
Back then, and now it's a lot of pass, a lot of shotgun. You know, probably the one team that was similar to what's going on now was Houston with Warren Moon.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You know, the shotgun and the whole thing. But even they had a lot of running in their deal. So, but just, you know, guys aren't really blowing guys off the football now. It's more kind of getting into their guys and just kind of
positioning yourself.
And just running with them and letting the back do the work.
Well, I mean, you were good at both, though, and you had to hone your skills to do both. Do you think that's what's happening now since the game is such a pass-oriented game that these guys aren't really learning how to be a two-way player?
Well, I mean, I think what it is, you know, with the amount of time that's been dedicated to practice, and I mean, you know, we out there for 3 hours because we working on down blocks, pulling. We actually pulling, and there's a lot of collisions going on.
There you go.
And, you know, and that's the only way we can get it right. So, but now everything is so, you know, we trying to get as many plays as we can, and I'm sure in practice, coaches are trying to get that tempo so the lineman can get conditioned and running plays back on the line, running. And, you know, so it's a little. I don't think there's a lot of individual pounding because, you know, you got guys that are getting hurt. I mean, that's going on with the Redskins. Guys getting hurt.
But it's all around the league.
Yeah.
It's $10 million a year when you get somebody hurt, too.
Has the game been watered down somewhat because it's gone to a pass-oriented game? Has it changed the scope of the game a lot because they don't really run the ball as much?
Well, I think that, along with the physicalness of sometimes the defense, is taken away. You know, I mean, everybody's, you know, you see a lot of grabbing with their hands, and so you see a lot of missed tackles. So guys aren't really putting their face in there because they don't think, well, my head might get some contact. Hey, you know, nobody don't want to get fined, you know, $7,000 where it can go to my kid's bank account. You know, you don't want to get fined a whole lot of money. So it's a lot. I think it's watered down from that sense, the physical part of it.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this, G. It's a rhetorical question, really, but when this guy played, not only was he dangerous with catching it, he was dangerous after the catch. Do you see anybody in the league like that now?
The closest thing that I could see that would be to Roy and Charlie would probably be Antonio Brown out of Pittsburgh. The guy that can do everything. You know, he can take you deep, or he can take the ball 5 yards, make you miss, and take it to the house. Roy's daughter showed me a clip of Roy taking something to the house. Oh my gosh, one of the best highlights I've ever seen in my life, and I never saw the highlight before. But your daughter showed it to me. I was like, and I thought I was good. Beast.
I did dunk on him,
He
too.
made 15 people miss and
I
plus
know.
ran through 3 other
I
tackles.
was one of them. Now, with that being said.
That's counting fans, coaches, and players. He
Right.
made them all miss.
Let me ask you guys this, and we only got about 30 seconds. This event here, it brings us together, and we look forward to seeing each other each year. Do you guys really feel this is something that's helping not just the older players, but the team in general?
I don't know if it's formatted to do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it helps the older players, but as far as any,
Well, maybe let them see that even after the game, you should be part of the family.
but I don't think that it's formatted well enough to get down
Okay.
to the current players.
Okay.
You know, if we formatted it properly and allowed for them to see the kind of camaraderie that has been, then we might get something like that. We may do something like that.
Well, you heard it from one of the best that ever played, Riley McKenzie, Roy Lee Sweet Pea Jefferson. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks, guys.
What are some of your fondest memories of playing?
Well, I'd say that the first time I gained 1,000 yards was a nice period, and then I guess going to the Super Bowl in 1972 and being named the NFL Player of the Year. Those things come to mind.
Yeah, talk to me about some of the stories that you tell your kids about when you were playing, and now, I mean, I know that there's some interesting stories.
Oh yeah, there are. You know, it's more when we get together. Like, you know, if I got Jeff Bostic and Joe Jacoby, then the stories just start coming out. I don't think like one-on-one I'll tell them, because some of them they won't believe. Like, no, that didn't happen. I'm like, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. But no, it's just, you know, training camp stories when everybody's miserable, and you know, there's just a ton of apathy in that locker room, and everybody's like, I don't want to go out at 3 o'clock for practice. And, you know, just the guys that would bring some false enthusiasm, bring some juice, and just say, hey, we're going to do this. And that was always fun for me to be that kind of guy. Just, hey, I hated it too. I didn't want to be out there, but I figured if I'm going to be out there, I'm going to have a little fun. And I think that's still what you got to do with football. It's a sport, it's a game, it's a job. But ultimately, you're having fun playing a game you love. And I think you always got to keep that at heart.
Hey, we're the Redskins fans of the week. We're huge Redskins fans. Go Skins. Go Redskins. Yeah. Woo!
Geico makes it so easy to manage my policy. With an app that lets me pay my bill, add a vehicle, or even file a claim, it's not just easy. It's aerobics in a recliner easy.
And plank. Smooth it. Shimmy. Woo. And step, swivel. Keep it going. Kick, hold. Kick it out, and kick.
It's not just easy, it's Geico easy.
Feel the bird.
I tell you, it's always good speaking with my brethren that I played with back in the day. I know we did a lot of things. We accomplished a lot of things. This team this year did not accomplish what they want, but maybe next year it'll be better. We have 3 more shows left. Next week's show, we will be at the Easter Seals headquarters in Silver Springs, Maryland, doing a job fair, hour-long show. Watch that. The show after that, we'll be at Children's Hospital doing an hour-long show. So we have time left. We're going into the week before the Super Bowl. So come back and enjoy us, and we'll see you next week in the minute.